Hi, welcome to Ikate's Crossing. Okay, so I pulled out Deck of Heroes Tarot, which I think it's one of the most underrated tarot decks. It's not something that I see a lot of online, but I absolutely love it. So I want to sort of dive into it a little bit. So let's sort of just begin by pulling a oh, gee, that card flipped out. Okay, what have I got here? The Magician. Okay, so I've got the Magician. So for me, the Magician is about looking beyond the illusion, especially in relationships. Sometimes what's going on the surface is not always what's going on underneath. It's sort of a reminder that sometimes we have to use our skills or our abilities to create or make our own reality, and that can come from perspectives or perception in some way. What do we perceive in regards to relationships? Maybe this can also be, if we're talking about a person, maybe he's a bit of a con man, has a sleight of hand, doesn't always, but it can also be that he doesn't always show you what he's thinking or what he's feeling. He doesn't always show you what he's feeling. It seems like there's a lot of stuff that's hidden within the relationship, that he hides within the relationship, or they hide within the relationship. Okay, that could be anybody within the relationship, whether it's male or female or non-binary, whatever. It can be yet that your partner is not really showing who they are. There's a lot of stuff that's hidden below the surface, beyond the surface. It's really sort of getting you to dive deep within the relationship. But let's have a look and see what it says in the guidebook. I love sort of having a look at what the guidebook has to say. It does sort of give you a moment to sort of reflect. Okay, so this is often a mentor, an idol, or an iconic historical figure who can do what needs to be done. Okay, that's interesting. Overall, it represents, let me see if I can read this better. It represents a mastery of a craft or many crafts, whether it be an ideal one has created within one's dreams, an ability personified in an individual or a conglomeration of people who have reached the pinnacle of their abilities. It can also potentially represent that it is time for one to bring their abilities to bear on a situation. Okay, ill-dignified, reversed, whatever you like to call it. On one hand, the poser, fraud, or trickster, perhaps even to the extent that the person posing is a master at posing, as a master of another separate craft, as a basis of a con. Then on the other hand, this might indicate one trapped within the fear of failure, wasting natural talents, or living a life of I could have been. It's interesting. So that sort of gives you a little bit of thought in regards to what the Magician could mean. I've given my thoughts on what the card could mean, and then I've sort of read what's in the guidebook, just to give you an idea of what the guidebook's about. It does give you sort of a bit more of a sort of future. But for me, what I like to do is look, okay, we've got one card that talks about the Magician. Okay, so what I want to know is, tell me a little bit more about this person. Okay, I want to turn that. That's better. So tell me, whoa, okay, so that flew out. So we've got Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands to me can be a survivor, someone who perseveres. It's sort of a reminder to sort of persevere. Someone who has survived. So it could tell us that this person that may not show all their cards at once, may keep things hidden, may be that they're a bit of a survivor. They there's someone who perseveres, who tries to get things done. Okay, 19, the Sun. Okay, the Sun to me is a card that brings happiness and joy, can be a rebirthing in a way, a sense of a fresh start to a new day. You know, you're stepping, you know, the night's been dark, that's why you've had to persevere, you've been a bit of a survivor through the dark, but it's bringing things out into the open. Feels like things are sort of starting to, it reminds us that things can start again and we can have a clean slate. Okay, we've got 6 of Cups. Okay, it can be from past experiences, nostalgia. For me, 6 of Cups is that sense of the past. It's memories from the past, experiences from the past, emotional connections from the past. So this is quite interesting when you look at this, when you've got the Magician, you've got someone who is, you know, sort of asks you to look beyond the illusion, to really sort of dive deep into the reality, maybe feeling like things are not always as they seem. Okay, so this could be someone who's a survivor, someone who's persevered through their struggles, trying to start again. I get a sense of it started again. You know, each day's a new day sort of energy. Being in the now, being in the moment, but taking from past experiences. You know, their experiences have made who they are today. So what an interesting cards to reflect on in regards to this. So you've got the Magician, you've got someone who's a bit of a trickster. They might have the sleight of hand to everything. It's not as it seems. So you might think that they are happy-go-lucky sort of people, but deep down there's some real struggles that they've had to persevere, keep going, know that they have to be in the now, even though they take past experiences to be who they are. You know, they can sort of think about their past, could be quite strong in their motivation to move forward on their journey, for them to persevere, to keep going. So interesting cards to reflect on. Okay, so that's it from me. Don't forget to check the links down below and the links on my channel. Like, subscribe and ring that bell so you know when the next video will be uploaded. Take care and blessed be.